Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Everquest Old School. And tonight, we are still over in the desert of Northern Row with my Necromancer, and you can see that one of our group members died. This is one of the issues you run into when you're playing it this close to the vest with experience, when you don't want to invite other players in. You get a little backed up on kills. What actually happened was, he went off to pull some more creatures during the long combat. And he pulled, I think, a Desert Madman, and he pulled a Mummy, and he pulled a Scarab, which would have been perfectly fine to kill all three of those at the same time, except when he got here, one of the creatures were spawning. And the Enchanter had already pulled him and mezzed him and was waiting for the guy to get back. And while we were killing those three creatures, two more spawned in the camp, and the Enchanter decided that it would be a good idea to pull those two. And so now we had 6 guys, and then Mez broke, and that was the end of him. You do want to keep the camp broke, but you don't want to keep the camp broke to the detriment of yourself. Now, the good thing about this is if you have So straight ahead beyond that camp, where you can see our tank going behind that building, he's actually in the distance, we can't even see him anymore. If you go over that hill, that takes you to the next zone, Oasis. So if you do get in over your head, and you have So on, you can just run it. You can just zone it and come right back. It's literally right over that hill, like 150 feet maybe, before you get to the next zone line. So he wasn't able to do that, obviously. He was so close on life to dying, and he was at like a bubble for a good 2-3 minutes. So I guess he figured maybe he might be able to survive it. But if you do get into trouble, that would be my suggestion. Just run over that hill, zone it for the group, and then come back. Kind of sucks for the Necromancer or Shadow Knight. You lose your pet. Enchanters, or not Enchanters, Enchanters too, if they have a pet, or mages won't really like that or doing that too often, especially if they've given pet or weapons to their pet. But if you don't invite other players into your group and you get something you weren't expecting, that little leeway that other groups have, you do not. So my suggestion, as always, is if you have spots in your group and somebody's looking for a group, invite them into it, because in the end, whether you believe it or not, it's going to benefit you. It's going to save your life. Of course, they're going to steal, or not steal, and it's some people's opinion it's stealing, but in my opinion, they're going to take a little bit of experience away from the group because they join it and you're sharing that experience with them. But if they can stop you from dying just once, what experience they take away from the group more than gives back to you, because when you do die, you lose quite a bit of experience. And so not only did he lose the experience from the death, but he lost experience from the kills that he would have gotten if he had been here. And since he wasn't, he lost that experience as well. Now my pet's over there just chilling, killing that guy all on his own, which is a good use of him. It's a good way to allow him to pull multiple pulls at the same time and not have to sit there and finish off the kill. Especially if the Necromancer's paying attention, he can kill it off real quick if he wants to by casting a few more dots. See, so you can see he just constantly can keep it going and never really have to stop. This is what I was talking about in groups with my Cleric when I used to play with my Shadow Knight. This is what I would do. I would bring the pull or the mob back to the group, allow them to kind of almost taunt it off, and then I would just run off and create a stupid Puma. It like spawns right here, and it just loves me for some reason. But yeah, as soon as I got it back to the group and they taunted it off of me, I'd be out the door getting another pull ready, and it would just be this constant flow of experience. And the groups usually loved it. It's just, well, at least my pet's attacking it. I mean, he's not attacking the Cutthroat, but at least he's attacking the Puma, which is just annoying. Wish I could kill those guys for good. They're actually pretty good experience at lower levels, but at this point they're green to us, and we're not getting anything for it, so. Now, the loot over here is actually pretty good. I've gotten quite a bit of it, because none of the other guys seem to want any of it. And you'll see that there's a wide variety of stuff. You can get cloth, you can get bronzed weapons. So if you're a tank looking for a semi-better weapon, but can't afford to buy something off of the market, then you can come over here and get a bronze weapon. That's, halfway decent. And they drop all kinds, whether they're swords, or hammers, or spears, whatever you're looking for, you could probably find over here. Now, if you want bronze armor, you're going to have to go to Unrest. Unrest will drop bronze armor like crazy. Let me go ahead and heal this guy up as much as I can with my little Necro heal. Come on. There we go. Just a little bit. Nice. Okay, so my pet actually has a bronze weapon right now. That's the one he's using. Normally I would give him just crap, rusty weapons and things of that sort, but the very first one that dropped was a bronze, and I thought that was going to be the common. And I would say it's about 40%. You know, between the rusty weapons and the bronze ones, about 40% of the time you will get the bronze. So it's a pretty good ratio, and if nobody else needs one, you're going to get plenty of them. I don't know how much they sell to the vendors. We'll find that out as soon as I make it back to town. Let me go ahead and assist him, make sure I'm on the same target. Okay, yeah, I'm on the same target. Now, again, if you have an enchanter in your group, and even if you don't have an enchanter, you want to get very, very used to assisting the tank, whoever is your main assist in later groups, because usually whoever your main tank is won't always be your main assist. The rogue will sometimes be the main assist. Even a wizard could be the main assist. Anybody other than the tank who has to worry about aggro and constantly making sure that people aren't dying. As you can see right there, he had to run over here and get the aggro off of the enchanter before he died. And if people are assisting him and there's multiple creatures up, you will notice that, you know, people are going to be switching all over the place and attacking the wrong stuff and casting dots on creatures, and you know, you're going to have two enemies that are halfway dead rather than one enemy dead and the other one at full life, which is how you prefer it to be. And yeah, it just comes out better if you assist. It's just easier, you kill things faster, and you'll die far, far less often because of it. And if your enchanter is pretty good, you won't even have a chance to worry about who you should attack. I've seen enchanters that are so good, and I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they're this quick, but the puller is pulling in like 15 guys at one time, and I'm not even kidding on like 15. I'm talking about tons and tons of guys. They're pulling in like 15 guys. They will stun them all with like their area effect stun before they even get to the group, before they're even, you know, halfway to where he's pulling. They stun, you know, all of them but like 3. He mezzes them, and then he's mezzing the other 3 when they get here. And then the tank has his option. He'll go through the list and he'll like, okay, this is a caster, I want to kill that guy first. Or this is the healer who causes, you know, just nightmares issues if you don't kill him first, so they kill him. But if you have an enchanter like that, be very, very grateful for it, because there's not very many of them. It's an incredibly hard class to play well. It's a very hard class to play, period, whether it's well or not. So yeah, it's pretty nice. And this guy's, I would say he's about above average, to be honest. He's actually pretty good. He's doing a fairly decent job. The only time he's gotten in over his head is when he's pulled like 6 guys. And, you know, again, that's probably because he's a low level. There's only so much you can do at this level. You know, even with really good armor and things on, your skills, your skills alone are just so low that you're really not going to be the effective enchanter that you will be at a higher level. Like, you could take that great enchanter who's playing a level 50 character, who's doing all that amazing stuff, and put him in like a level 10 enchanter, and he still will be pretty good, but he won't be amazing. And that's just, you know, like I said before, it's a combination of level, combination of spells, and really combination of your skill level in the character. Because as you've seen, you level up with your skill: one-handed blunt, one-handed slashing, two-handed weapons, whatever the case is. Even if you're maxed out at level 10, that's still a very, very low skill. You're going to fizzle a lot. You're going to get resisted a lot because of your level. It's just, yeah, it's one of those things that you really can't get better past a certain point, no matter how much you may want to. Let's go ahead and loot this stuff up. Thought I was going to sneeze there for a second, so I was like, should I hit the pause button? Or do I want to do it right into the microphone, into your ear? Cloak if you need, Dim. Not really. Yeah. Not really. But good vendor trash. It doesn't really sell to the vendor all that much either. You know, it's a couple silver, maybe a gold at most. But some of this other stuff will sell to the vendor pretty good. And I am almost full on my backpacks. I got a backpack and 3/4 of another one. So yeah, not too bad. Let's see. Where did he go? Where did our tank go? You know, I know he's out there looking for pools, but I just wanted to see what direction he went in. I bet he went over the hill. Right over that hill to the left. You can usually find some roamers walking the zone line. Again, you got to be very careful. And as the pooler, you're going to get very, very accustomed to zoning by mistake if you're this close to a zone line. So, I don't know, it's one of those things that you'll just learn. And the zone line isn't always straight. You may think that it's just like the straight line cut across the zone. But sometimes it actually weaves in and out around mountains and things of that sort. So, it can be kind of a nuisance when pulling. Oh, did he get rooted? He got rooted. There he goes. Desert Madman rooted him. Let's go over there and help him out. And make sure you're very accustomed to running over to your tank in certain zones, especially these outside ones where there's no really defined area for you to have to, you know, hunt in. I mean, like, yeah, we're hunting the camp over here, but we could move over here to the side. We could move to the other side behind it. We could move closer to the zone line. I've seen people pull up to that mountain if they're very, very, you know, kind of shy about dying. It's a little bit less that they will have to run if they get into trouble. There's another devilish cutthroat over here. Go ahead and toss some dots on that guy. Let's see, we're going to do poison bolt as well. But yeah, if you run to your tank when he gets blinded or he gets rooted in a zone like this, it can definitely save his life and in the end save your life as well. Let's do this. The stupid Puma's back again. He quite literally spawns right over here, so if you guys want an easy kill at a low level for a Puma, come right over here to this camp. Just be very careful for the other wanderers that are over here. Let's heal this guy up. Dang it. Somebody probably rooted him and overrode my clinging darkness. I didn't know those two overrode each other. I thought they could stack, but the enchanter's root seems to stop mine from clinging. Yeah, see, that one doesn't cling anymore. I don't know. I don't have enough power to waste casting it again, so we'll just have to do with it running, I guess, until I get some more power. There is one more guy in here. As far as I know, there's no names that spawn in this camp. Unlike over in Eastern Commons, you can get that Lord Shin guy who spawns every so often. He's a friggin' nuisance, man. He's hard. He's like red at the time you're fighting over there for quite a lot of levels. And then he has a lot of hit points and he hits real hard. Even with a really good group that's just tearing that place up left and right. Yes, it's just not stacking with whatever they're putting on. Yeah, but even with a really good group, you'll find that sometimes you just can't kill that guy. And because he will aggro when you pull other orcs from that group, you know, a lot of the time, because it's Eastern Commons and there's a lot of high-level people and they're selling junk, they will come over and help you kill that guy because they know what a nuisance he was for them at that point. So wait until he gets one that he wants. There we go. Go ahead and I guess I'll leave Clinging Darkness off for now because somebody's on the ball with the root and I'm kind of very, very low on power. I don't want to waste power on something that even if I get off before they do, they're going to go ahead and wipe it or overwrite it as soon as they cast theirs. So I don't know why my headset keeps falling down. I'm sure the sound's going to be all wacky. Real quiet for 1 second, then real loud the next. I do apologize for that, guys. Let's go ahead and heal this guy up a little bit. 26% is pretty low. There we go. Get him up to 32, but that's all of my power. Let's go ahead and let him know I'm out of mana. Now, I'm typing that out every single time, but with my cleric, I have my buttons already pre-programmed over here for, you know, 10%, 20% out of power, full mana, whatever. I haven't done that on this guy because I don't play him that often, and so I just haven't sat there and, you know, put the buttons in that I really, really should have. Now, there's a few buttons that I do have that I think are very useful, you know, like who all friends, so you can keep an eye on who's on that you're friends with. You can do a who all, so you can see who's in the zone. Assist is definitely something that you should have activated. The cleric, on the other hand, doesn't really use assist all that often. I mean, how often does he even ever attack, to be honest? I have a corpse key, which is just /corpse, so I can drag corpses. Again, as a Shadow Knight or a Necro, you will often be on corpse duty just because you can fatigue death, you can invis versus undead, you can invis versus regular creatures, so you're a pretty good class to do that. You're not as great as a rogue, or a monk maybe, but you can handle yourself in a pinch as a corpse retrieval person. I also got LOC just in case you're in a fight that is kind of rough. You're about to die. You don't really have a whole lot of time to type /LOC, which is just your location. You can have a little button for that, so you can click it, and it will tell you what the LOC is over here. The LOC over here, by the way, guys, is negative 1067.66, 1227.50, and then 2216. So, or 22.16, I should say. So if you want to come over here and find it by that way, and sometimes you need the LOC in some zones. Like having the direction that you're in is kind of nice, but there's zones out there that are so complicated to get around. Knowing what direction you're in is very, very little use. It's going to be one of those things where you have to go over bridges and go around walls and things of that sort. So just knowing the general direction won't help you out. In fact, knowing what the LOC sometimes won't help you out that much, because getting there is just really difficult, but it's going to be something you're going to use very often. It will save your butt trying to find your corpse. Now for my necromancer, not really that big of a deal, because he can summon corpses at a certain level. It does cost a bit of money for that. The main thing is that he can actually track corpses like my Shadow Knight can. So again, then not that big of a deal, but you should have it on. Then again, you can always do time /time, so you can see what the in-game time is. So if you're waiting for a certain spawn that only spawns at like 6 a.m. during game time, you can see what the game time is. You can just click that little button. And it's kind of nice to have that set up for you, because if you're at a camp like this and you want to see what the actual spawn timer is, you can click that when all the creatures are dead, click it again when the creatures start spawning, and you will know then what the creature spawn time is. Let me go ahead and loot up all this junk. Go on, get out of the way, skeleton. There we go. Ooh, what is this? Bottle of Kalash. So alcohol. Now alcohol is good for tanks. You should definitely be drinking that if you're playing a tank class. Mainly just for the fact that you get extra strength when you're a little buzzed. You lose a little bit of intelligence and a little bit of wisdom when you do it, but overall it's going to be worth it for you. Let me go ahead and loot this over here. Man, I'm so way down I can barely even move. Now I'm walking. Let me come over here to my guys. I don't like to be too far away from them. Safety in numbers, if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you're the first one to get attacked, people may blame you for that. So if you're sitting on top of everybody and you get attacked, nobody's going to say anything to the effect that you should have been somewhere else, because it could have easily have been any one of them at any moment. So definitely something to consider. Now our cleric is only at 30 mana, so I'm guessing she either has a great deal of wisdom making her power go up so slowly, or she's just using a lot more of it than I'm really paying attention to, because she shouldn't be that low from what I remember, at my level anyways, when I was playing my cleric at this stage of the game. But maybe it's just been so long that I've kind of blocked that out a little bit. Even at the level I'm at right now, power is an issue sometimes, so not giving her a hard time at all. And you'll see there's a mage, I think, right there, who was just tossing some buffs on one of my guys, so that's cool. You get a random run-by buffage from a player who sees that you're over here hunting, and he's like, well, why not? Why not give you a little bit of advantage? Somebody did it to them, I'm sure, and they try to pass it on. I know I try to do that. A lot of these rings that I have, these devilish cutthroat rings, I'm actually not going to sell. I'm going to take it back over to Neriok and give them to some newbies, some people who have just started out. Now, they're not great, as I've showed you before, but let's show you 1 AC, 2 dexterity. But for a character just starting out, that's still pretty good. And these bronze warhammers, that's going to be better than anything they're going to be able to get at their level for some time. So again, if you can give a newbie character just starting out that kind of, oh great, we got 3 guys. Hold on one second, guys, I need to pay attention to what I'm doing here. Let's get the Clinging Darkness. Now, one thing that you will notice when you pull groups like this is that creatures who would normally run away from you when they're low on life may not do so, because they feel like they have backup. Like there's 3 guys there, they feel like they're good to go. There will be creatures, though, that don't respond no matter how many creatures you have on you at the moment. So it's just something, again, that you're going to have to learn. Oh, great. Why is he attacking me? I cast 1 dot on him, and somehow I got aggro. That's kind of powerful. It's kind of unique. That doesn't happen too often. Come on. Don't die again. Enchanter's getting hit. There we go. Okay, aggro's on me, not on Enchanter. And he rooted it, so now it's back on the tank. Just where it belongs. That's one of the few things we'll be pulling a late one. Think you'll be on Thursday, Dim? Yeah, it could be. I guess they all group together. I guess they know each other. I don't know. You just never know when you join a group whether they're just like a pickup group or whether they're a bunch of friends hanging out. Let's kill this guy. He resisted my clinging darkness yet again. Let's see if I can get it on him. There we go. Stuck on her, and she's not moving now, just the way we want it. Ding. Congrats, man. I didn't even see that. Oh, I usually play pretty late at night anyways. Yeah. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. Well, I'm Central Standard Time, so that's fine. Yeah, I'll be on. And I guess we will be playing our Necro then. Oh crap, this guy's about to die. This is the problem, guys. Doing commentary and not paying attention in a group, especially one this fragile, is going to spell doom for somebody. There we go. I'll let him run. It's okay. Should put the other one on, but she's almost dead. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and end the episode here, guys. Again, I want to thank you for watching. If you like these episodes, I do apologize. This one's kind of hectic, actually. It's kind of hard to keep my train of thought going on what I'm talking about, and I end up just talking about what I'm doing, which I'm not sure if you guys will like or not. But again, if you do, hit those like buttons, subscribe, leave those comments down below. I want to know what you think about me hunting with the Necro in groups, whether you think that's the best thing, or should I do more soloing. Again, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.